Hey guys, Miss Bianchi here. Today we are going to be doing Chapter 2, Section 6 notes, which is writing equations in point slope form. So our learning target today is I can write a linear equation in point slope form. Okay, make sure you get that written down. Now, a linear equation written in point slope form is written in the form of y minus y1, and that's equal to m, which is our slope, times the quantity x minus x1. Okay, so that's what point slope form looks like. Now, the line will pass through the point of x1, comma, y1. And the slope of the line, what I just said, is m. Okay? Now, I want to write an equation using a slope and a point for part 1. So it says, write in point slope form and slope intercept form from an equation passing through each point with the given slope. Okay, first thing I'm gonna do, because I know I wanna write in point slope form, is just rewrite this equation down right here. So I have y minus y1 is equal to m times the quantity x minus x1. So all I did was repeat my formula there. Now, I'm also going to label this ordered pair as x1, y1. And they gave me my slope, which was m. Now I am going to plug in 1 for my y1. So this side is going to become y minus 1 because my y1 was 1. Now I'm moving throughout the equation. The other side is equal to m first, and my m is 2/3, so I'm going to plug in the 2/3 there. I'm highlighting just so you can see what's going on. And this is times x minus x1. x1 is -6. So that means I am subtracting -6. Okay, so all I did in this first step was just plug in my values where they belonged. Okay, now they want one of these equations in point slope form, and I'm really almost there, but unfortunately I do need to simplify here because when you subtract a negative, you really add. So my point slope form, and I'm just going to label it PS, that is going to be, and I'll do colons instead of equal signs. That would be y minus 1 is equal to 2/3 times x plus 6. And I'm going to box that so you can see that that would be point slope form. Now they also want slope intercept form, which is y equals mx plus b. So what I need to do is I need to take my point slope form and I need to just break it down so that y is by itself. So I'm going to rewrite this equation again. And in order for me to get y by itself, I'm going to need to distribute that 2/3 to the x and the 6. So my left side will be the same. 2/3 times x is 2/3 x. 2/3 times 6 is going to give me 4. Now I want y all by itself, so I'm going to add 1 to both sides, and I get y is equal to 2/3 x plus 5. Okay, so that would be my slope intercept form, and you can label that. All right, moving on to letter B. I have 1, 2, and m is equal to -4. I'm going to label my points as x1, y1. And then I'm going to rewrite my equation for point slope form. So I have y minus y1 is equal to m times x minus x1. And again, I'm going to be plugging in my x1 there, my y1 here, and my m here. So this is going to become y minus 2 because my y1 is 2. My m is -4, so that replaces my m there. Then my x1 is 1, so I am subtracting 1. So notice that this is x1, y1. That goes in for x1, y1, not the x and y, okay? You'll get the wrong answer if you do that. Okay, now this is already in point slope form because I don't have to simplify it. So I'm gonna go ahead and box this right away. This is point slope form. Now we also want slope intercept form. So just like I did on the last problem, I'm gonna rewrite this problem again. So I have y minus 2 is equal to -4 times the quantity x minus 1. That -4, because it's glued to the parentheses, that means it's multiplying everything inside. So I need to distribute. My left-hand side will stay the same. -4 times x is -4x. -4 times -1 is +4. Y is still not alone. That -2 is in the way. So I need to add 2 to both sides because that is the opposite operation. I get y is equal to -4x plus 6. I'm all done. That would be my slope intercept form. Okay, and I'm just going to highlight here so you can see that they got replaced, just in case you were confused. All right, moving on to letter C. I have an ordered pair of 7, 0, so that would be x1, y1, and then a slope of 1. I'm going to rewrite my point slope form equation, which is y minus y1 equal to m times the quantity x minus x1. And I'm just going to highlight again to show you where everything is going, where we're replacing everything. Okay, so I have y minus my y1, which is 0. My m is 1, so a 1 is getting replaced there. And then x1 is 7, so I have times the quantity x minus 7. Now, this cannot be simplified any further, so I'm going to box this. This is point slope form. Now, just like I did in the last two problems, I do need to simplify this further. I am going to highlight again just so you can see where they went, just so you're not confused. Okay, I'm going to need to distribute on the other side. Now, y minus 0 is just y. So I can just completely simplify that side right away because y minus 0 is just y. 1 times x is 1x or just x. You can put a 1 in front if you want. You do not have to. And then 1 times -7 is -7. So then this right here is slope intercept form. Okay, when you're ready, you can go ahead and flip it over. Okay, part 2, writing an equation using 2 points. The directions say write in point slope form and slope intercept form, so just like we did on the front, of the line that passes through 2 points. So it's going to be a little bit different now. We do not have the slope, so I need to find the slope first. I know that when I want to find the slope given 2 points, I use the equation y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So I am going to label these points x1, y1, and then x2, y2. And then I am going to go ahead and find my slope. So my y2 is -2, y1 was 4, so I have -2 minus 4. x2 is 5, x1 is 2, so I have 5 minus 2. -2 minus 4 is -6. 5 minus 2 is 3. -6 over 3 will simplify to -2. So this is my or my slope. So now that I have found my slope, I'm gonna do what I did on the front. Okay, so that was my change. So I'm gonna go ahead and rewrite my equation down, which is y minus y1 equal to m times the quantity x minus x1. My y1 is 4. My x1 is 2. And my m, which I found alone, is -2. So now I'm going to plug everything in. y1 is 4, so I have y minus 4 equal to. My m is -2, so that replaces the m there. And my x1 is also 2, so I am subtracting 2 there. This cannot be simplified any further as far as point slope form goes, so I'm going to box this and write point slope form. Now, just like I did on the front, I also want to simplify this to put it into y equals mx plus b, which is slope-intercept form. So I'm going to rewrite this equation. And I am going to solve. So I have to distribute that -2. Left side stays the same to start. -2 times x is -2x. -2 times -2 becomes +4 because a negative times a negative is a positive. Y is not alone yet, so I need to add 4 to do the opposite operation. Add 4. I get y is equal to -2x plus 8. So this would be my slope-intercept form. It would not matter if you use the other 2 points. I just use the first set. I think that's easier. B, -2, 1, x1, y1, x2, y2. I have to find my slope first. So I have y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. y2 is -4, y1 is 1, so I have -4 minus 1. x2 is 3, x1 is -2. I am subtracting a negative, which becomes adding. -4 minus 1 is -5. 3 plus 2 is 5. -5 divided by 5 is -1. So this is my m, or my slope, -1. Again, I am going to rewrite my point slope form, which is y minus y1 equal to m times x minus x1. If I'm going too fast, please just pause the video so you can catch up. Now I am going to highlight everything to show you what I am replacing. So my y1 is 1, my x1 is -2, my m is 1. So I have y minus my y1, which is 1. My m is -1, and this is x minus x1. Now x1 is -2, so I'm subtracting -2. When you subtract a negative, you are really adding. So I do need to rewrite this to get it into point slope form, just so I don't have two signs next to each other, because I don't like that. So for point slope form, I am left with y minus 1 is equal to -1 times the quantity x plus 2. Okay, now I do need it in slope-intercept form, so I'm going to rewrite this equation and solve for y. I need to distribute that -1. So the left side stays the same. -1 times x is -1x. -1 times 2 is -2. I want y all by itself, so I need to add 1 to both sides. I get y is equal to -1x minus 1. -2 plus 1 is still -1. So this would be slope-intercept form. Okay. Moving on, last one, I have -5, -5, and then -3, 3. First things first, I'm going to label x1, y1, x2, y2. And before I can do anything after that, I do need to find my slope. Slope is change of y over change in x, so it's y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. y2 is 3, y1 is -5, so I have 3 minus -5. x2 is -3, x1 is -5, so I have 3 minus -5. Now I see two negatives next to each other. When you subtract a negative, you are adding. Make sure you do that, otherwise you will get this wrong. 3 minus 5 is, 3 plus 5, that's why you change the sign. 3 plus 5 is 8. -3 plus 5 gives me +2. 8 over 2 is 4, so this is my m, or my slope. I am going to go ahead and rewrite my point slope form equation. Y minus y1 is equal to m times the quantity x minus x1. And I am going to highlight again what I use just so you can see. You don't have to highlight, I just do it so you know exactly what's going on. I think the colors are really helpful. I have y minus y1. My y1 is -5, so this is minus -5. My m is 4. That goes in for m there. x1 is also -5, so that's minus -5. Now, I do need to go ahead and simplify. I don't like seeing those two signs next to each other. It really bothers me. This becomes y plus 5 is equal to 4 times the quantity x plus 5. So now this is in slope-intercept form. This is in point slope form, not slope-intercept. We're about to find slope-intercept. Now, just like when I found slope-intercept before, I'm going to go ahead and rewrite this equation just so I have it written out so I can work with it better. Now, because I'm solving for y, I will need to distribute that 4. 4 times x is 4x. 4 times 5 is 20. So I get y plus 5 is equal to 4x plus 20. I only want one y, so I have to subtract 5 from both sides. I get y is equal to 4x plus 15. And that is in slope-intercept form. Great. Please feel free to reach out to us if you have any questions. Make sure that you guys start that assignment as well. See you guys.